Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. Happy Sunday. Yes, I know. It's Sunday evening here in the UK, and today we're starting a little bit late, probably about half an hour late or something like that. Yes, I was running a little bit behind the schedule, and so thank you for joining me with me and be so patient. So, today, yes, and a spot of Sunday stitching is also my paper only challenge, paper chart only challenge. Day 3, okay? For some of you, maybe day 4, but I want to do the actual 10 days, all right? No cheating for me. So, day 3, today, I am stitching this beautiful piece. And it's called a Festive Seascape. And this pattern is from Stitches So Beautiful. All right. And if you're not familiar with the company, and you will be in a little bit, okay, let me show you the markup here. There you go. So I love it. It makes me smile every time I look at a full markup. And so this piece is by an artist called Karla, Gerard. And I probably butcher the name, but I've done my best, okay? Karla spells with Karla, okay? And you can find this pattern on Stitches So Beautiful. They do a lot of beautiful patterns on their website. And it's a really refreshing change from Heaven and Earth. I love Heaven and Earth, of course, but it's nice to stitch something that's slightly different. And also, this artist has got such a unique style. You can tell that it's a little bit dreamy and childlike and a lot of bright colors. I love it. It's like a dreamland. So it's a beautiful scene. It's supposed to be festive, and I think it's a night view. And so this piece, I cannot remember when I started. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, or oh no, I started this piece during our retreat week. Okay, so it's maybe 2 months ago, something like that, and I'm stitching on 14 counts, so it's really nice. It makes this piece one of those pieces that, when I want to sort of relaxing stitching, I go for 14 counts. And so, yes, I'm very happy stitching this piece. So, of course, today's a part of the paper chart only challenge, so no app views, okay? No app is involved. And so I'm showing the full markup, and I'm going to come back here. And of course, because it's pay-per-view, okay, it's pay-per-view, it's paper only stitching session, I want to show you this view. Done. Is a paper cap, okay? So this is where is the view is going to show you my chart today. So today I printed my chart slightly differently. Rather than portrait, I actually printed it horizontally. I enlarged the print a little bit. So if you print for yourself, you can do the same as well. Just make them a little bit larger and break up the 14 counts. It's just easier for your eyes as well. And so we will come back to the paper camp in a bit. But of course, I want to say hello to all of you. Thank you for joining me today. And I hope you've been enjoying your beautiful Sunday. Maybe for some of you, it's already Monday, and wherever you are, I hope you've been having a very peaceful time, and I enjoy every minute of it. And so let's have a look. Who is here? Who's the first to report to the chat? Is our Rajal. Rajal says, hello everyone. Happy Stitching Sunday. Happy Stitching Sunday to you, Rajal. And Chiviz as well. Very good. Right on time. Report to the chat. Happy Sunday, Chiviz says. And you as well. And Clara as well. Our top 3. Yes. And hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. And to you as well. And we also have our needles. Keeps me busy. Welcome back, waving to the chat. And Janine is right on time as well. And Rachel is here as well. And Daria and our Susan as well. Hello, hello. And oh, Joyce is here right on time. Very nice. And great to see you, Joyce. I hope it's going well with the 101 stitching and alphabet stitching. And Lefty, hello, Lefty Gemini. And also Amanda is back with us. Great to see you. And Barlow, the bunny. Okay, Gary, if you're watching, join us, join us. Come join us for a spot of stitching. And Tracy is here as well. Hello. And Heather, Turtle Stitcher, is also here. Where's Squirrel, Captain Squirrel? What happened to Captain Squirrel? I haven't seen her for ages. And I think, Turtle Stitcher, Heather, is missing her deeply. And Grace Hoston is also here, and Catherine Ryan as well. Serena is back. Yes, Serena, let's see how long Serena can last today before bedtime. Great to see you waving with two hands. And Betty as well, Betty Hankins, hello, hello. And McLaren, welcome back. And Vega from Japan as well. Great to see you. And Cindy is also here joining us. And who else is here? Ooh, Heather House, I've said hello. Yes, hello. Happy Sunday with all of you. And yes, if you remember this piece, okay, I started it with kind of typewriter method. And starting from the top, typewriter method is really nice to establish the borders, the top borders especially, whichever way you start. And the last couple of sessions, if you remember, I transitioned to what I call the Blue Sue method. Okay, this Blue Sue Stitcher showroom. It's her channel name, and she's got very kind of unique style of stitching. It's not so much what she does, but a combination of different things, and just really laid back and really easygoing kind of stitching style. I was very drawn to it, so I kind of slowly transitioned to that method. So today, I think my plan is to test how this method fares with paper chart. Okay, I can't imagine it would be too different from other parking methods. So today I'm going to be parking, okay, but I'm going to continue with the Blue Sue parking method, stitching method, and let's see how it goes, right? So as I mentioned, this is 14 count Ada, and I'm stitching with, not with DMC, I'm stitching with CXC because I want that really full and quite matte coverage, and CXC is doing really a great job here. And so a couple of things. Let me switch to my paper cam here. So yesterday, obviously I gained some powerful tools with the markers here. Okay, so yesterday I started to use multicolor markers, okay, highlighters, and also I got a set of the color pencils as well. So today I'm going to kind of move forward organically because yesterday it actually went relatively well with the pre-selection and then marking. I think it's working for me at the moment. Maybe at some point when I'm comfortable with reading the paper charts, maybe I won't need pre-selection anymore. I don't know, but it's very, very handy. And also, but yesterday, we had a tiny bit of problem. Let me show you what happened yesterday if you weren't here. I used the markers and the highlighters, and the ink actually started to smudge as I, oh, not this, yeah, it is this one. No, it's this, yes, it was this one, wasn't it? I was turning the wrong way. So this is Traveling Library, which I was working on yesterday. I want to keep the chart till the end of the 10 days so I can start to update my saga. If I do move back to saga, who knows? I might want to stay here and stitch with paper chart forever. Oh, okay, unlikely, okay? But so I'm keeping the paper chart. So you can tell the ink is smudging a little bit. And yesterday, someone in the chat mentioned that maybe, because originally we thought maybe it's a printout, and someone suggested maybe it's not a printout, maybe it was because of the type of the markers I've got. So this one, yesterday I just found this little note in here. It looks like handwriting. I don't think it is, but it's very clever. It says, "Thank you for shopping, Mr. Pen." So it's very clever because for the first time I noticed the brand name, okay? And yeah, I just found this little note. I thought it was handwritten. I was so shocked. And also, they also give you a little moustache here as well. So I will be able to wear this throughout the entire stream today. And so with these markers, so this is something to bear in mind. I don't know for sure. It's entirely possible the smudging is caused by the highlighter, because I refer back to the chart from the day before. If you've been following me on this paper chart journey, I was working on the winter reading nook, okay? And remember, I got desperate and I got my really fat, I got this regular marker, not a highlighter, and start blocking the stitches. And look at this. I don't think like ink is smudging with this pen. So this is from the same printer. I printed the same papers, same printer, and this one's not smudging. So it's entirely possible the smudging is caused by the highlighter. So I don't know how you can kind of avoid this, because obviously I just chose these retractable ones thinking it's really handy, but it's possible. It's inconclusive right now, but it's possible the smudging is actually caused by certain brands of the highlighters. And I don't know whether the gel highlighter is the issue here. I don't know what that means when you say gel. So just something to bear in mind. And I don't know whether you're able to test the pens. If you buy online, probably not. But maybe if you have good brand that you can share, that'll be very handy. But for this, exercise, I'm going to continue to use these ones, and maybe with a combination with my pencils as well. Oh, I just dropped some with my pencils here as well. So let's see how it goes. So today, obviously, is going to involve parking. So I am going to evolve into marking for the path threads as well. So I will improvise as I go. I think the only difference would be creating a new type of marking to highlight the path thread. Hopefully, it's quite straightforward, and we will find out. Okay. Ellen says, "Hi Yogi, normal markers will work better. I normally use stay below pen 68. I think the highlighter is because it's slightly see-through, so you can stack colors. I thought that was probably the benefit there. Let me just pick up my color pencils here. So, and Heather says maybe it's harder to tell that ink is smudging with a black pen. To be honest, I had a careful look. There's really no smudging here. If I just tilt, can you see that? There's no distortion of that little square underneath or any of the lines comparing to the other one. Let me have this one. At this point, I do think is the highlighter. Can you see that? It's a clear sort of distortion and smudging of the ink there versus really the symbol underneath is still pretty clear. I don't know for sure, but I think it's entirely possible. And also, what is gel highlighter? I have no idea. Is it a different type of ink? I really don't know. So just something to bear in mind if you want to get some highlighters. But it's quite silly, isn't it? The whole point of highlighters is you want to highlight, most likely you are drawing on top of some sort of printed material. And if you smudge the ink, it's just not ideal. All right then. So I am going to proceed. So today the focus area is going to be here. So I kind of worked around here up till the last session, but today I think I would like to start to extend this top border there and moving forward. So this is my plan, and this is the part of the chart that I printed as well around this area. Okay, and so it's kind of a fresh start from here, which is quite nice, isn't it? So let me just zoom in a little bit and bring on my work mode. You can also monitor my paper here via the paper cam, okay? And so let me get my thread ready. And also, yes, I want to show you how I'm going to refer to my thread list. So just like yesterday, I basically screen grab the thread that they kind of only the thread colors appearing around this area I'm doing. I'm not doing the full list, so it's cheating slightly, okay, but it's just making the operation a little bit easier. I didn't have the time to do all of, full list. And by the way, the number of colors for this chart, let me quickly just have a sneaky peek on Saga, okay? I can't remember. I just want to give you, the thread, the thread number, okay? Number of colors. Let's have a look. Okay, it's 110. So it's not a small number. And also, with this chart, they come in different sizes and different numbers of colors. Okay, so this is the mini, but the number of colors is not that many. All right, 110 is not a small number. So, but every company, they have different definition of mini, max, whatever it is, extra large, whatever. But for not heaven and earth, for Stitches So Beautiful, this, even mini pieces can have 110 colors. All right then. So a blue zoom method, if you don't know what it is, and you will find out in a little bit, okay? So fundamentally is pretty mini cross country, and then park, okay? And but the lady blue suit stitcher, she's parking in a very specific way, and also parking in a very specific way, and it will become apparent in a little bit. All right then. So I'm gonna start doing the pre-selection, okay? So I'm gonna test out my my color pencils here because I have not used them yet. I want to see how easy it is to draw with them. So I'm going to just quickly refer back to the paper chart, paper cam here. So I'm going to start here, from here, obviously, and move forward from left to right, top to bottom. So to mark, I can use the highlighter for pre-selection, but I just want to test out these pencils. So starting off, this is quite a friendly start actually. So I've got, oh, this is very thin actually, so the coverage might be slightly tricky. But of course I'm printing the symbols a little bit bigger. So I am going to mark out, okay, I'm going to go back to the highlighter because this is really, really thin. I'm not even sure it's good for covering the stitches. I will try in a little bit. Let me just test out on this one. It is not very obvious. I can see it, but it's not very, very obvious, and it requires a lot of drawing. So for those of you who are using color pencils, how do you manage that? All right, I'm going to just quickly use the highlighter for circling, for pre-selection. Okay, I'm going to use my bright pink pen. So I am going to just draw. Okay, I've got a few more actually. Oh, there's a little bit more here. Shall I just do this bit first? I don't want to get too ambitious. So these stitches are my pre-selection. And once I've done them, I will continue to move to the right. For marking, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I will decide when I come back. All right, so let me have a look here. So I'm using size 26 needles, CXC threads. And Tawater L. You don't make it easy, do you? Hello. And she says, is it he or she? I have no idea. See, I love this symbol. This got an old floppy disk. Really? I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. I know these symbols are really interesting, isn't it? And I have also seen the Microsoft Windows symbol as well, which is quite curious. All right, let me just pick my first color here. So this is the little circly thing. Let me find it. So this is quite you have to take it step by step when working with paper. Okay, so now I'm going to find a symbol. This is what I was talking about. Can you see this? This is a little Windows, the good old-fashioned Windows symbol as well. And I think Heaven and Earth charts, I never see this one, but with Gecko Rouge and Stitch is So Beautiful, I think they probably use very similar symbol library. So let me find my symbol here. Oh, this is it. 3371. This is what I want. 3371. And let me know what you're stitching today with me in this beautiful Sunday evening. Today isn't too hot. For a brief moment, I thought it was going to rain, but it didn't. 3371. Oh, remind me to tell you what happened today in my morning class. You know, the yoga studio is gradually turning into a twilight zone. A lot of weird things are happening there. Let me just take a strand here. So I'm cutting my CXC quite long. So because I'm using them mostly for 2-strand stitching, so I can fold the threads in half. Here we go. 3371. Oh, yes, it's Twilight Zone today. It was so curious. Hang on, let me just thread this color. And Janine, hello. And Cedric, so here as well. Great to see you. Cedric says backdoor with paper knitting chart. Yes, and Cedric is, in the sock knitting competition. Winning, I'm pretty sure. And very nice circular needles. Oh, I do miss knitting a little bit. Before I became pretty much a full-on stitcher, I was mostly a knitter actually, and I have not done it for so long. I do miss it. So I'm going to start here. And let me refer to my chart. So I've got 1 and then 2, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 1. So I started with the loop start. And then 2. I do like CXC threads actually, particularly for 2 strands. It just feels very, what's the word? It feels good. Cedric's drinking fizzy drinks, no chocolate. Oh dear. Cedric, we need to do something about that. And Susan's doing Long Dog, the House of Fun. So any one of you is joining in with the paper challenge. I know quite a few of you have been stitching with paper as well and having a great time, clearly. And if you are stitching with paper, Charles, right now, give me a little wave. I want to feel like I have company, you know. And one more stitch here. And, you know, it's a little bit tricky. If you don't, you know, check very carefully, this one, this symbol and that symbol can look a little bit similar and they're blended in together. Oh, dear. Okay, so I'm going to have to decide how I'm going to do the parking, but I think, what shall I do then? Today I'm going to do, guys, today what I'm going to do is to switch color with each. Every time I change thread color, I swap to a different color as well. So I'm going to mark with the same color, okay? Let's see whether this works better than yesterday. Okay, because yesterday it didn't work too badly. So yes, so I'm going to continue the 2 more stitches here. Okay. Oh, actually, that's the entire row. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm going to do this whole top row here. Why not? All right. And I will change to a different marker, different color marker when I change color. Maybe this is going to work even better. I think yesterday was fine. A little bit fiddly, but here we go. Clara is doing Hate Style 2026, The Sun. Yes. I think Sidra is doing that one as well, isn't it? Oh, I have not gridded, have I? Oh, I nearly turned into a non-gridding alien. Oh dear, oh dear. I was thinking, well, hang on a second. This looks a little bit, something's missing. Yes, of course. I need to extend my grid line. Dear, oh dear, because I started to count and look to the right and there is nothing. Oh dear. Let me see. 1, 2. Let me start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh dear. Non-gridding stitching. I'm not quite ready, okay? Oh, what? Has someone... Yes, Sidri just mentioned it. I know. Sidri noticed it first. Yes, no gridding. I know, I nearly turned into an alien, but not so fast, not so fast. So it's all good, right? Is this the reason for the fire alarm? Yes. And we have Marianne as well, checking in from Lurking. I'm working on a paper pattern of Peter Rabbit, purchased in 1984. Oh, that reminds me of my rabbit piece. I have not stitched that piece for a little bit. Yes, I need to go back to that beautiful cake shop with rabbit in it. Yes, welcome. Welcome, Miriam. All right, so we're good, right? So a fire alarm was raised for the non-gridding. I didn't notice because I started to count from the right side and lo and behold, there was nothing. Let me recount again, just in case, okay? I don't want to start off the wrong foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we're good. Oh, that was close. Here we go. I'm probably going to create two more blocks. I'm not trying to be ambitious or anything, but you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? The fire alarm is still on. What? My service. Sidra. What do you mean? Oh, at your service. Oh dear. Yes. I thought there's something wrong with my internet again. Yes. And this is not easy, you know. I'm a nervous wreck already. We've just started. Oh dear. And you think I'm just sitting here eating chocolate. Oh dear. And of course, today is, time 1982. Okay, do not forget. And this stream is powered by 10 candles, tea lights. Okay, I got a family pack. So we have plenty of tea lights to go around. And yes, I know it's pretty bright. I think the candles nowadays is pretty powerful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And of course, my little legs are paddling like crazy to generate enough power to keep the computer going, okay? It's 1982 technology. That's what people did back then. Trust me. And I'm going to count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're good. We're good. All right, then. That should do me. That should do me. Very nice. All good now. All good now. Right. So I was here, wasn't I? The entire row plus a little bit. And with Blue Sue Stitcher, she would do one leg at a time whenever it's possible. A little bit like Gemma. Gemma is also a Danish stitcher as much as she can. I'm sure she does full crosses sometimes when she has to, but whenever it's possible, she does one leg at a time. So I will try to incorporate that as much as I can. Ruby Rose, hello. And I'm just going back a little bit, if I have not said hello to you, just give me a little wave. And Sound Stitching is also here as well. Hello. Ellen has also joined us. Yes, Ellen was here earlier on. My brain is burned. And Love Drunk as well. And is it Pissy? Pissicked? Pissicady? Oh dear. And say stitching is exhausting enough on its own. I definitely don't want to spend extra time marking a pattern like this because I'm way too easy. But Pissy, okay? If you don't mind me calling you Pissy, that's because you have choice. But back in 1982, people didn't, And when the dinosaurs still roaming the streets, and you have no pattern keeper, you have no saga, you have no iPad, what would you do? You work with a piece of paper like this one, good old fashioned, paper here, and you just have to make it work. And looking at the chart here, it's pretty confetti friendly. The few stitches here, they're kind of lone stitches or it's kind of scatter around, but generally it doesn't look too bad. And this chart so far, not too bad with confetti. All right, I'm gonna complete this one more stitch as well. Oh no, this one's different. Oh, I nearly stitched that one. Okay, so I'm gonna mark with the same color pen. Okay, let's try this. So this one is done. I'm gonna continue. There are more down here. Very nice. I'm gonna take it step by step. I'm not gonna rush. I might not need to park with this color. So I've got 5 stitches. And Arctic Wildfire, welcome. She says, maybe it's a he, I don't know. She says, can confirm, currently working on pre-gridded 25 count. And what project is that? Sola says, you have such a cute sense of humor, Yogi. Remember, it's 1982. We're running on candle power. I got a family pack. It's true, though. I'm just being historically quite accurate here. Yes. I think candles were the main sort of lighting back in 1982. And is this Sanet? 1443. Oh dear. Yes, hello. Sidri says the Stitchy Witch also stream on YouTube, but she does not want viewers to tell her when she makes mistakes. That is also an option, Yogi. When viewers alert you, you become stressy. Really? Oh, that sounds like fun. Yes. Maybe I should go watch her. So she gets upset when she's corrected. Really? Well, maybe she's just playing. Oh dear, I got a little bit too keen. No, it stops here. Just one. No, for me, it's the opposite. I'm counting on you, okay? So when I make mistakes, I can blame you. I can blame the chat for not noticing. I don't want to mention the Gecko Rouge situation, okay? You know what it's like. Oh, and today, I nearly forgot. I wanted to tell you this. So all sorts of strange things have been happening in my yoga studio there. And I probably mentioned this before. You remember me talking about timekeeping for my students, and particularly, on Sunday morning, because a lot of them, for some reason, the 10 o'clock morning class, some of them just kind of just late every single time. And I started to get complaints of students feeling that people just kind of walk in when people try to settle down and, have a peace and quiet and warming up, etc. So I started to apply slightly more strict rules. Oh, there's another row underneath completely up to here. And, try to turn people away if they're late for more than, I say, 2 minutes. So I start on time, on the dot, 10 o'clock, okay? I arrive early, everybody arrives early. And I start 10 o'clock sharp. And so I've been having to turn away people for the last few weeks, and some of them weren't very happy, but that's just the way it is. And today, guess what happened? So today, we started the class on time, okay? And few minutes into it, we're already warming up. A lady came in. She just opened the door. She was, she came in, she knew she was late, okay? And she saw everybody was already in the room and starting the class. And I kind of waved to her. I didn't want her to come in. I just waved to her, give her a signal to tell her that, we've already started, it's too late. And she was just standing there, wouldn't go, wouldn't leave. So I walked over to the door and I opened the door. I just wanted to tell her quietly, next time, please be on time next time. And she looked at me. You know what she did? Guys, she showed me her phone. So the class was at 10 o'clock, okay? And she showed me her phone. And on her phone, it says 10.00. On her phone, look like an iPhone. She showed me the phone and it says 10 o'clock on the dot. because she wanted to prove to me that she was on time. So she showed me her phone, and the phone, the screen, you know, that lock screen, it said 10 o'clock. And then I go, surely not. So I turned to the clock on the studio wall. It said 10 clearly. And also, everybody started on the same time, you know, and I checked my Apple Watch before the class as well. But on her phone, it said 10. So for a while, for a moment, I didn't know what to do. I was like going, well, but, you know, and I didn't want to continue the conversation because it was just disrupting me teaching. So I go, okay, come in. And she came in. So she got in. And I looked at the clock on the studio. It was saying 5 past. And I cannot explain what was happening there, because we're not talking about 1982, you know, the analog clock technology. We're talking about smartphones. Smartphones, they never get it wrong. You never get delay. Yes, Rachel, that's it. I was thinking the same thing afterwards, because I was scratching my head afterwards. I was thinking, how does that work? It was 5:30 for the rest of the world, but for this lady, her phone says 10 o'clock. Rachel, that was my suspicion. That was my suspicion. Rachel says that was probably screenshot. I was thinking that. Time traveler, Janine says. Yes, it was probably time traveler. She was, her world, her universe was 5 minutes behind. But she showed it to me. So at that moment, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, okay, maybe she's got some sort of broken universe. The time is delayed. Because with iPhone, it never either, you know, unless the power is completely off. I mean, even when when you turn it off and stay in the whatever it is, airplane mode, the time doesn't stop, does it? The time keeps going, and I think it was a screenshot. Can you imagine? She came in with a plan. She knew she was late. She took a screenshot at 10 o'clock on the dot, and she just flashed that phone to me. So she got in. What do I do? Because now they found a method to get through the loophole. What am I gonna do? You know, every class, you know, past 10 minutes, 5 minutes, they're going to come in and flash their phone at me and say, hey, you know, in my world, I'm on time. What are you going to do? Are you holding it against me? I think it has to be a screenshot. It has to be a screenshot. Can you imagine? Oh, the intricate mind of the yogis. It's incredible, because I never seen anybody literally just flash her phone and try to prove that she was actually on the dot. Oh my goodness. So yes, but she, you know, she got in. She got in. It was very strange, very strange. Yeah, so all sorts of weird things happening, you know, drunk people just coming in and sleep of the entire class. And or go to shavasana and not waking up, you know, all sort of strange things happening. And now we have a time traveler. Yes, Tar Water says, I wonder if there's a late added fee for arriving late and insisting to stay. No, there's no penalties like that. The best you can do is just turn them away. And I'm not turning away these, you know, the yogis. I don't enjoy doing it. I don't. I wish, you know, I didn't have to do it. But I have to do it not because, you know, not doing it as a punishment for them being late. It's more about making sure the people who are already starting to warm up, they're not going to be disrupted, because every time someone walks in after the class starts, I have to stop. So I'm being disrupted as well. And, you know, I have to stop teaching. I have to give them instructions on what to do. And then I have to resume, to whatever I was doing. So it's very, very, it's not good to be late for a class, really. If you're yogi, if you go to any kind of classes, just be mindful. Try to be there on time. If you arrive later than the teacher, you're already late. And I always arrive at least 5 minutes before. A majority of people, they probably, arrive way before that. Every time I walk into the room, everybody, is pretty much already there. And that's being respectful, and also giving yourself some time to settle down as well. And yes, but how do I beat the time travelers, hey? I don't know for sure. I cannot, be 100% sure that was a screenshot, but I have no other explanations. Yes, Chivin says, tell them you're going by the studio time. The studio clock says, but I didn't want to stand there and debate with her. She looked pretty upset. And I can understand it. If you, make it all the way to the studio, you get turned away, it's upsetting. Of course it is. But that's the whole point. If you don't want that to happen, and you just have to be mindful, make enough time to be there on time. If the teachers can do that, you can too. I'm never late. Never. Never, never, never. I'm teaching probably thousands of classes. Never late. If I can do it, you can too. So, next one. Okay, I'm gonna change color. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So I finished the thread for this color using pink, and I'm gonna switch to a slightly contrasting color. I'm going to use blue actually. Blue is a little bit dark. Why don't I use? I can use maybe purple, maybe green. Let me do green. I just want a little bit of contrast, and then I'm gonna pick this one. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Hope it's not gonna smudge. 2, and then there's 3 down here. Okay, I'm gonna just pre-select up to this point and then come back and do it so I don't get lost. And this is a stop sign, isn't it? A circle. So I'm gonna go to my screenshots here. Found it immediately. 934. So this is not saga, okay? This is screenshot. 934. I think these students are just so smart. They try to beat the system. 934. It's a green. Suki says, tell them you'll use studio clock. I don't know that's gonna, yes. And I've been making the rules more strict for a few weeks now. So, all the regulars know. And to be honest, it's always the same ones. There's some new people, they probably used to just wander in classes, and they never had problems getting in. So they kind of build up with a habit of just being a few minutes late. They don't care. And, but, I gave them some grace period. I have not just switched overnight, but still, it's just, they're always late arrivals. Rachel says, just do what my old professors used to do and lock the door at the start of the class. Well, there's no lock for the door. There is a sign. There's quite tall. There's a tall sign out there. it's kind of designed for you to place it outside the door once the class starts. It says, hey, sorry, you're late for the party, that kind of stuff, you know. Just gently tell people that they're late, but no one is reading those signs. You know, I have students literally just remove the sign. It's quite heavy, it's metal and quite tall. It's a, you know, big sign. They literally just move the sign and move it away, clear it out of the way and try and barge in, literally. So it's not very effective. Yes, there's no door, probably for, you know, safety reasons. They don't want people to lock themselves in. Why do I have a stitch here? Have I missed something? Okay, I think I missed a stitch here. Have I? Can I just fudge? Because the color is literally, it's identical. So I've done these two. It is helpful. Can you see that? Because now I know I'm focusing on the green ones. If I mark everything with the same color, at this point, I'm gonna probably just get very confused. Why does it not match? Why does it? Oh, have I done it already? That's very curious. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Have I done these ones already? I did not know that. That doesn't make sense. Why does it not match? So 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. I'm good. I know what it is. I'm misreading. Oh, hang on, there's one here as well. I missed this one. And there's two more over here. Dear, oh dear. Okay, so. Ellen says, I will make a rule as I close the door when I start my class, and the door is closed, you're late, come back next class, no time, no interruption anymore. That's exactly what I did, Ellen, but it's not working very well. And also, to be honest, I do have some empathy for people who are genuinely just late for whatever reason, okay? And I allow people to come in up to about a couple minutes, at least today, okay? So I go, you know, I let you in, you know, you can come in today, but next time, be on time, that kind of stuff. That's precisely what I do, Ellen, but it's just, they're not listening to me. Oh dear. I think I've only turned away students, I'm trying to recall, like genuinely just, you know, have to ask someone to leave the room in the middle of a class. I think once, luckily. You know, I think with yoga it's not too bad. Most people come in, they have a certain respect for the class. I think it's much worse for other types of classes. You know, we have teachers sort of message groups, and just recently someone mentioned they were doing, you know, like spinning classes, where you have the stationary bike and you just do the spinning exercise. And there's a teacher sort of complaining for a few times now. He had students. Oh, I think I missed 2 stitches here. He has students literally, you know, because the spinning classes, they play loud music and try to get you going, you know, and the instructors are talking really loud through microphone and go, 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 that kind of stuff, you know. And if you've been to those type of classes, and lo and behold, there were students having their iPhones, because you're on the kind of spinning machine, right? That look like bicycles, and they literally just prop their iPhone, their phone, their smartphones, on top of the station. There's kind of a panel section there, and they're watching YouTube videos while the instructors is kind of, teaching and go, 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 go. And these people just watching their own videos. And the poor thing. And he was posting the messages because he was trying to find advice from other instructors on what to do. Because, removing a student is not something you don't want to do lightly, but sometimes it's necessary, And also, maybe you don't need to do that. Maybe you just need to make it very clear that it's not really acceptable to do that, because it's not so much of the teacher's ego. Imagine, oh, this stitch is looking a little bit weird. Imagine if you can't hear the instructions, you could injure yourself, right? You have to be able to hear very clearly and what the teachers say. It's not an ego thing. Oh, this stitch looks a little bit weird. Okay. Ginny says that's going a little bit far, knowing she was going to be late to take a screenshot. But she was taking this screenshot right, on the dot, 10 o'clock. It says 10:00. No kidding. I did not check the date. Maybe she's got that screenshot ready just to flash to instructors whenever she's late. That was weird. Alison says to be early is to be on time is late, and to be late is unacceptable. I love it. And that's kind of me as well. If I go to someone else's class, I'm always about 10 to 15 minutes early. It's possible. I'm not saying that things don't happen. Sometimes you're just late. It can happen. But, oh, this stitch is not supposed to be there. I need to pay attention. But still, there are consequences. It's just not fair to other people. And particularly for yoga, to be honest, when you're lying, on a mat or whatever position you are in a warm-up, it's quite a vulnerable position you're in. You're trying to, relax. You're trying to find a grounding there. And then lo and behold, someone is walking past you, dragging the mat and the props, and maybe even ask you to move. So to make room for them, that happens as well. This morning nearly did. I think 2 ladies nearly got into a cab flight. I was teaching. It was just warming up, and I heard people speaking in the room. It never happens. When a class starts, no one talks, and I heard 2 people kind of like saying things to each other, and I turned around. I think what happened was one lady was stretching her arms. I think one of the ladies that arrived a little bit late. Okay, when you're arriving late, all the mats are already there. Everybody is spacing out nicely. You come in, you try to find a spot, trying to squeeze in. You're not going to be very popular in a room, because they're going to go, well, why do I have to move for you? And also, I've already, I'm settled down already. I'm not going to do that for you. Okay, this one I'm going to park. Okay, so what color shall I park? Shall I be using for parking? I can use the blue for now. I want to use consistent color here. Let me just bring out the paper can. So I've come over here. I could just keep moving forward, but I want to keep the traveling minimum. So I am going to do a little bit of, I'm probably going to do like pattern keeper. Is it obvious? Do a kind of a triangle. Can I do that? I'm going to park here, okay? Yes. So I'm going to bring my needles through here. I'm going to park under this stitch. Okay, so I'm going to park here. And also with this method, with the Bluetooth stitcher, she would do the first leg first. Normally I would just pull my thread out like this, but she would do a first leg and then pull a thread out from one of the corners. For me, it would be bottom. Right. Okay. And yes, so there are two ladies talking, and I turned to them. One is telling the other, the one that's kind of, reoffender with being late. She came in and she found a corner kind of squeezed between people's mats. And so when she was stretching her arms and legs, she was bumping into the lady next to her on the right. And the other lady was telling her to stop doing that or something like that. I didn't hear the conversation, but there was some sort of verbal exchange going on there. And they both looked really pissed off. But I didn't want to stop. I just didn't want it to escalate or, just didn't want to get involved. I just hope they were sorted out themselves. So, being late can create all sorts of problems, and so be mindful, be mindful. Chivi says, I'm very picky about time. It's one of my peeves as well. I know I talk about this. I'd rather be half an hour or an hour early. I don't want to be 5 minutes late. I'm mortified when I'm late. And it's not just for classes, even for meeting friends and everything. I'm always either on time or early, most of the times early. You just make time, right? If you're planning to go somewhere, unless something just goes wrong, like traffic or whatever, but if you make enough buffer zone before, most things, even if you're, a little bit of traffic or, train problems or whatever, it's okay. You're still on time. So it can be done. It can be done. So it's a great habit, a great life habit to have, to be on time, because no one likes to wait for others. Right, so next one, I've parked that color. I'm gonna move on. So let's have a look. I'm gonna come back here and do this little stitch here. I'm gonna switch color, okay? Let's see how it goes. I can do a blue this time and do a pre-selection. So this one would be, let me have a look. This one is 1, 2, 3. I think only, okay, 4. Depends on how far I want to travel. I might park here actually. So I might just mark the parking first so I know what to do. I'm not sure if this is very clear, but I'm trying to do the pattern keeper thing. All right, so that's where I'm going to park. So basically I plan my journey before I start stitching. Okay. Oh, fire alarm. Why? What have I done now? What have I done? Who's raising an alarm? Are you just trying to scare Yogi? Right, this one. So I need to find a color. One step at a time, okay? So the symbol is a pair of glasses. Let's have a look. Right here, found it. 3051. 3051. Three zero 5 1. Solar says, seems like people at the gym are acting more and more immature, leaving sweat on the bench. Oh, it happens. Yeah. On the floor as well. Sometimes if you have a class like that's like people sweat a lot. There'll be stains on the, on the floor, but most of the times they will have people kind of mopping the floor in between, so it's not too bad. And I do instruct everybody to put the phone away at the back of the room and mute the sound as well. So most people are happy to do that, you know, and they come to yoga classes to find peace and quiet. And most people have no problem. I have not had any issues. But you do have to tell them, because some of them are browsing their phone right before the class starts. And it's just a thing, distraction, you know, they just want to occupy their mind with something. So this one, I've only got 3 stitches. So who was raising the alarm? Tar Water says, okay, so just making sure it's all good, okay? Oh, this is not easy, is it? But I think the parking symbol seems to be okay. It's bright orange, so I can see them. And I love the fact that of changing colors though. I think it's a very nice idea. Very nice idea to change colors, because it's very clear on the fact that I'm working on a different color here. Great idea. Great idea. I love it. 1, 2, and Tar Water says, in my students' defense, their age 5 to 10. Okay, that's a different deal. Yes. And still learning the rules is awkward. Is that anyone can? Who's raising alarm? What? Who's raising an alarm? Is that you? Tar Water? Do I need to ground you? You know, lock you up in the room? Do you have good reasons for that? Yogi alarm. Yes. Why? What have I done? Have I made mistakes or anything? Who's raising an alarm? Show yourself. What's happening? Okay, good. 3 stitches here, okay? 3 stitches. I'm marking with blue. 2, 3, and then I've already marked my pass threads. So I am going to park it. 1, 2, 3. Tar Water, are you the one that keeps raising an alarm? Do you have a good reason? Or is it just fun? Why? Janine says, fill in that empty stitch. This one. Is it bugging you, Janine? If it is, I'm leaving it. No, I'm kidding. I'm going back. I'm going back here. Okay, do not worry. Who's raising an alarm, guys? I'm probably going to turn into that lady you just mentioned, the content creator. Is it witch? Stitchy witch? I'm going to start throw a temper tantrum. You have to explain yourself. Oh, right. Needle says there's an empty stitch. That it's a stop sign. Let's examine the situation, okay? Let's see what's going on there. Which one? The stop sign, okay? So I've got it here. 3 from the right. 1, 1, 2, 3. I think it's all good, no? Have I missed anything? Janine says you marked it off on your paper. Which one? The stop sign. I think it's matching my fabric. No? Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Oh, right. So it's a stop sign. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was a different symbol. That's why I left it. All right, I get it. I get it. Okay. The fire alarm was valid, okay? And okay, so there's a stop sign stitch there that I have not done. What I can do is take my pass thread, right? I already have my pass thread. It's this one. I'm going to just go back and do that one and come back. How's that? Is that correct? Which one is this then? Hang on. It's not the stop sign. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Right? Am I correct? Yes? Oh, heart shape. Thank God for that. Finally. Janine, I know. It's not easy being the chat, okay? Working with Yogi, but it's teamwork. It's teamwork. We can do it. We can do it. Okay, so I know. So this one, I can go. I can go and do this one. Are you happy now, Janine? And Janine's like going, oh, thank God. Now I can rest. I can eat some chocolate. Yes. All right. It's all good now, right? And I can park here. In fact, why don't I continue with this, right? Because I'm already here. So originally I parked it here and now I can continue. Let me do some pre-selection. And why don't I use the pink again? I don't know. I have not figured out a rule in terms of how I'm going to cycle through my colors, but I will just improvise. Where's my pink pen? Hang on. Right. I'm going to get all my pen out here. My markers. So I'm going to continue. I don't know. It shouldn't be confusing, right? So it's the same symbol. I'm going to just... Oh, no, no, no. This one is green. No, it's not. I'm going to continue with the green then. Okay. So I am going to pre-select. Pre-select 2. And then there's more. Oh, quite a few then. There's a whole row underneath. I'm going to just stop here for now so I don't get confused. All right, how's that? So far, so good. I have not missed anything. Okay, it's all good, all good. Dear, dear. It's like pulling teeth, isn't it? And Janine says, honestly, I don't know how you chat and stitch at the same time. It's got to be hard, but I'm happy. Yes. I have nothing to compare to, you know. I've been streaming and chatting for over a year now, so it's just part of my part of my body. Right, we're good, right? 2 stitches there. And the orange color is always the marked threads. So 2. So hopefully I can cover the orange. So it's not going to be confusing. Okay. Whoops. And then 4 stitches underneath. From here water, so it wasn't you. I'm so sorry. Yes. Well, I have to clear Tar Water's name, okay? It wasn't her, all right? It's official. It's like clearing someone for a crime that person did not commit. Okay, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. And the alarm was also valid, okay? There was an error. Okay, 4 stitches. Is it chocolate time already, Susan? Surely not. We have just started. Yes, we started a little bit later today. Can we delay this snacky time for about 20 minutes? Susan, you will be the timekeeper, okay? Are you able to inform the chat and me in about 20 minutes time? Because I felt like I've just started. We did start a little bit later today, so so the chocolate time is going to be a little bit delayed today as well. And the next, I can keep going. There are 3 underneath, right? Ginny says, all you YouTubers do lives can multitask very well. Well, I think the problem with me, Ginny, is I only know how to multitask. You know, I need to do at least 5 things at the same time in order to focus. If you want me to sit there and do one thing, unless it's yoga, I can totally focus. And I'm trying to think of other things I can. Not many things I'm able to just stay still and do one thing. So most of the times I would juggle between, you know, multiple things, and I'm able to do them all relatively well. So it's just the way I do things. Okay, there are a few more here. I'm running out of the thread, so I'm going to just do these 3, I think, and end the thread. Yes, Star Water. You're cleared of suspicion, okay? Ellen says stitching, reading, and chatting is hard. Yes, but I'm sure Ellen is doing really well. Ellen's streaming a lot more recently. And I think these are just one of those things. The more you do it, the more sort of, you know, more it becomes second nature. Because what I'm really doing here, imagine if I'm in a room with you, right? And I'm just stitching and chatting away with you. It's pretty much like that. You know, I'm stitching just like if you go to a stitching group or retreat or whatever, you're stitching, but you're chatting at the same time. It's a little bit like that. The only difference is I'm chatting to more people. That's it. There you go. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Oh, yes, it's not quite chocolate time yet, but I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I need a sip. Lovely. Oh, so good. All right, all my pens here. It's really colorful, really colorful. I love it. And next one. All right, then. I'm going to pick my next symbol. Where shall I go? I think the logical symbol to go for would be, I'm going to switch color. which one shall I go? Shall I go purple? I'm going to reserve orange for parking, okay? So there's no confusion. So I'm going to leave the orange out. I think purple will be nice next. I think the next one is going to be this little arch sign, like a tunnel. 3, 4. I think that's it. Because the next one will be way over here. Oh, I can part down. Oh, decisions. I don't want to part so far away. Because it's going to take me a little while before I get to this block. I'm more likely to get over there. What I can do, now I know my journey, I can start from here, can't I? Oh no, I don't want to because I need to take the thread. I can actually. I only need to take across 2 stitches and to that one. So I am going to park over here. I think that's my plan. What do you think? It's doable, right? So I'm going to start from here instead, right? Because it's a new thread. I'm going up and then park over there. That's a plan. Okay, I'm going to find a symbol right here, 3347. 3347. I think gradually I'm finding the flow here. 3347 says optimistically by Yogi. 3347 until the disaster strikes. Alan says, I drive daily my 3 children to 3 different schools. We leave 45 minutes earlier. Last Friday, my youngest son was still on time, even there was a truck struck on an intersection and hit a parked car. Oh dear. Yes, I think if you make enough time, there's a lot more buffer zone if things do go a little bit pear-shaped, you know. And it can be done. Because some people go, well, this happened, that happened. Yes, it does happen. Things, you know, the only thing that's predictable with life is it's unpredictable. We never know what's going to happen. So, you know, you kind of make a little bit more time. And I always leave room, home a lot earlier than I need to. And I've been teaching for a little while. I'm never late. Never late. Because this is the basic, sort of respect you need to have when you have a profession like this. You just need to respect people's time. Susan is having snack now. You can have snacks now, but please inform the group, okay, in a bit. Sidri says, paper chart is much more fun for live stream. Yes, disasters can strike at any point. 2, I'm going to mark as I go. 1, 2, and then 2 more. Yes, I like the color changing method. It's a lot more clear where I am. Oh, Ginny. And by the way, Lily hasn't come back yet. No sign of Lily today either. Okay, so I am going to park over here. Okay, that is 2nd from the left and 3 from the top. 1, 2, 3, right here. And And I'm going to do the first leg. And then part my thread. It's doable. It's totally doable. Wonderful. Ellen says, and finally, I have a chart on my screen during my live stream, Yogi. I finally solved that issue. Oh, so did you have a problem having the screen view on the screen? Are you using OBS, I wonder? Because OBS, particularly if you have an iPhone or with Android as well, you just need to mirror your device. All right. Here we go. That went pretty good. That went pretty good. Smoothly. Let me mark these 2 stitches as well. And I am going to switch color one more time. I'm going to go for, I think yellow might be good because at some point, there will be kind of similar colors, but it's quite okay. I don't know whether the yellow is going to be too subtle, but I'm going to go for this one. It's very subtle, isn't it? So why don't I use the pink to circle, and I'll fill in with the yellow, because otherwise I can't see it. Okay, 1. And I'm going to take my thread down here. 2. I'm planning my journey, you see. And then 2 over here. And I can park over there. Perfect. Oh, there's one little stitch here. Do I want to do that one? Yes, I do. Because the next one is way over here. I'll do this one then. I'll do this one. And then I'm going to, oh, that's weird. Because if I part over there, the next stitch is really far away. So maybe the best thing is just to end here. So I'm going to stitch all the way up here and then end it. Because there's nowhere else nearby to park other than down this way. It's like Google Map. The journey planner. And I'm going to find my thread. So this is a triangle, but facing upper left. So let's have a look. Found it immediately. So the thread list isn't too long today, so it's quite nice. 936. 936. Betty Hankins says, for the most part, at least 15 minutes early. How about timekeeping? Oh, Ellen, you're using is it Pris? I know because I recognize the name because that's what Kumari uses. Yes. And she's probably using the free version because she's got a logo on the screen. That normally means it's a free version. And is it any good? And Erin says, day 3. Okay, we're learning all highlighting techniques. Yes, I know it's an evolution, because before I started the challenge, in my head, I was probably, thinking it was super easy. The first day, I was just using Kumari method and trying to use a normal pen. And that didn't work out very well for me. So I got the highlighters, all my power tools. And I think it's getting better and better every day. I think once you get the workflow and the method nailed down, it's just a matter of stitching, because then you kind of just get used to it. The first day was super weird. The first day, I would just keep looking for my iPad, trying to find Saga. All right, so that one I have done. I am going to mark it with blue as well, just enough contrast there. One. Hey, Travis. Hope you're well. Two. And there's two more here. Tara Water says, planning the journey is always a bit of a journey, isn't it? Yes, it's a preparation. You know, it's like if you're going to go somewhere, you pull out your Google map and do the route planner, right? It's like that. And it's better to have a plan than not. I know some stitchers. So for those of you who do not do the pre-selection, does that mean you just, do you visually scan where you're going to go? Do you have a plan in mind, or you just stitch and improvise as you go? So I'm going to end this thread here, and I'm going to show you how to end if you're stitching this method. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is Blue Sue Stitches stitching method. So the way she ends her threads is always waist ending. So she would just take the thread a few stitches away, whichever direction. I'm not sure. I think she normally goes horizontal or vertical. Just make sure that the thread you carry over can be caught by other stitches. So, but not too far away. I think she does about 5, maximum 10 stitches. So she would just insert the needle through one of the stitches through the center and pull the thread out and just leave a little tail here. Oh, let me see. Let me show you. So I'm going to end this thread here and just leave a little tail. Yes, that's it. And it's quite stable because instead of coming through the corner, it's threads through the middle of the stitch. So it's quite, you know, it's anchored there. So that explains all these little tails here. So 936, 936, going back. Travis says, I'm taking a break from stitching. Marek and I are helping my mom in the garden. Very nice, very nice. Very nice now. Let me come back here. And I think it makes sense to do this one, isn't it? So let me come back to the pink. How's that? So there's a whole block here. You know what? There are 2 stitches here, right? And there. And I'm starting a new thread anyway. Nothing's stopping me from starting my thread from here. Move up. Because I want to be able to travel to a point that I can park somewhere. Then I can just keep moving forward. So I'm going to start here and then move over, do these ones. And then maybe park here. So I'm not traveling too far. Oh no, I think I can do this one. I can do this one. I'm going to include this one as well. And then I am going to park. Where should I park? Here, up there. To be honest, I can just continue to stitch this bit as well. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to just leave it here for now. And then decide where to park. Okay, so now back to my thread list. So this is the little circly thing. Swirl 3371. 3371. Ellen says Yogi had Lily return. No, I have not seen Lily for, today's the 4th day. So I think she's probably traveled a little bit further, looking for ladies, I think. And I'm sure he's going to come back at some point. So yesterday we talked about it, and apparently this is kind of mating season. So, you know, I hope he's having a great time. So Ellen's using the free version. Yes, you can test out with the free version. If you really like it and think it's worth it, you can always upgrade, right? So the free version, they normally put a logo on the screen, and it's fine. It's a bit of a free advert for them. Oh, Needles keeps me busy says there was no Google Maps in 1980s. You had to buy a map, find a street in the index, hope you could find a route. You know, I don't know whether you have something similar. In the UK, there is something called A to Z. There used to be like a hard copy of all the streets. I think A to Z is only London. Or is it the entire UK? Anyone knows? Anyone in the UK? I think A to Z. Everybody has a copy of A to Z before Google Map, because without it, you literally cannot find, you don't know where to go and how to get anywhere. So it's a book. I think there was a documentary about this book and in terms of how it was created. And it was fascinating. I cannot remember much of it, but I remember it being fascinating. And someone invented the way to grid and to, basically draw out the entire map for London. I think A to Z maybe it's only for London, maybe different city, different town has their own A to Z. I'm not too sure. But everybody has a copy, and it's like the paper version of Google Map. Map Quest. What's Map Quest, Catherine? Is it like a game? Betty says they had to drive around and around because men didn't like asking for directions. It is so true. Why is that though? Why do they not want to ask? No names, okay, Mr. Yogi. We don't drive, but normally, if we kind of are slightly lost, and normally I would just go either have Google Map or I just ask somebody. If it's really confusing, I'll just ask some random person on the street. But Mr. Yogi doesn't like it. He wants to solve the puzzle. He wants to be the problem solver. I think it's a guy thing. they don't like to be lost. They have this sense of failure when they're lost. It's like, I failed. I have failed as a man. Tar Water says, I have actually began challenging myself to drive around without Google Maps, and I have enough time to get lost. I'm learning my way around better than before. No, don't do that. For me, I have no sense of direction. Oh, Susan, it's snack time. Okay. I'm stopping. Yes, I have no sense of direction. Okay, so even with Google Map, I still get lost on a very regular basis. There are some new classes I started on Friday during the day. There's 3 classes at a time. It's a studio. I've only been like once or twice before I started teaching there regularly. And you know what? The route from, so I cycle there, okay? And the route from where I live and to the studio, yes, Google Map can find it, but it's just nonsensical. It was like, there isn't a direct route that you can follow, the main road that's really clear and easy. You have to go around the back streets and then turn left, turn right, go forward, go backwards. And there are one-way streets, all sorts of things. So even though I've been going to the studio once a week for 6 weeks now, for some reason, going there is easier. And you probably go, well, coming back, you just trace your way back. No, it doesn't work like that. For some reason, going forward, I have not got lost since, for a little while. Going forward, for some reason, it's easy, but coming back, I get lost every single week, even now, every single week. That's why I'm so exhausted by Friday evening when I teach the evening classes. I'm exhausted, not because of teaching mostly. It's just me getting lost on my bicycle. For some reason, I just cannot find my way back, even with GPS, even with Google Map. I just can't. I don't know why. It's a twilight zone. Every time I come back, things just look different. And I just get lost. So I end up just cycling a lot further than necessary. I don't know. It's just twilight zone, I think. Oh, chocolate time. Let's eat some chocolate. I don't know. It's weird. And it's really frustrating because, I have a map. I have Google Map. I have GPS device. I know which way I'm facing, but I just cannot find a simple route to come back. So, it's not easy. Balana says, next time, the next challenge would be driving with a paper map. Yes, good luck. I'm just trying to make sure that I mark the stitches I've done. Yes, I have. Good. And I'm starting from the next one. Good. Oh, let's have some chocolate here, shall we? So today I'm going to come back to my chocolate bar. And this is 74% cacao, one of my favorite chocolates. And guys, let me know what you're snacking, okay? Yes, getting lost is really frustrating, and sometimes I feel like the universe is playing a game with me. You know what I mean? It's like you follow the map, but things just look different from the map. I don't know how it works. And you start to get a little bit mad at the universe. And cheers, everyone. Very nice. What's Map Quest? Remember when Pokemon Go was really, really popular a few years back? It was before COVID, right? It was, I think it was 2000 and maybe 17, 18, when the game just blew up. And you just see people holding their phone and looking like some sort of possessed zombie. They're just looking at their phone, and they have like a, if you remember, they have Pokemon kind of superimposed on the street, like actual street. And people just look like they're possessed, and they're just wandering around trying to find the Pokemons. It was so weird. I did a little bit as well, so I'm in no position to laugh at other people. But I got bored after a bit. Catherine says you can put in place to go from where, and you would generate a map, and they will print it out. Print out from Google Map. What are we talking about here? Yes, but you know Google Map. I remember the first version of Google Map. You have the map, okay, and you have the GPS location. But initially, there was no direction. You know, the compass, where you're facing towards. Without that, literally, I cannot use the map because I know where I am, but I don't know which way I'm facing. So when the compass thing came out, oh my God, I was so happy because first time in my life, I know which way I'm facing on the map. So that was godsend. Yes, Bermuda Triangle in London. I know. It was so strange. I've been going, to that studio for a few weeks now. I get lost every single time, in a different way as well. It's not like I get lost at the same spot all the time. No. And it's weird. Going forward, it's not a problem. Coming back, I just cannot do it. It's so strange. Everything just looks different coming back. It's definitely Twilight Zone. Janine says, I get very cranky when I get lost. I get a little bit like that as well. Not many things can bother me, but getting lost, I get frustrated. Because particularly if you're on a bicycle, you have to stop. You have to find a spot to stop and pull the phone out each time. And coming back, literally, I would do about 10 times minimum. No joke. And it's not that far away, but it's just tricky. Sometimes when you try to go get somewhere, there isn't any kind of, straight route to get there. You have to go around the park, the back streets, and all that stuff. Yes. If I ever stop teaching there, this would be the reason. I just get fed up with the route. Amanda says, Mac Quest is a desktop, laptop, map directions for you. You can print it out. Oh, it's a map. It's a map called Map Quest. Okay. So it was a precursor to apps like Google Map. Oh, right. It still exists. Map Quest. I don't remember that. I think before Google Map, I was literally just using A to Z. So you can print out a map. So it's kind of in between buying a city map, for instance, or town map. But you can print out the parts that you want, for the area you want to go. And Ellen says, I was lost last Thursday. I drove my husband to his job, and he gave me the direction because of a lot of areas are under construction. When I arrived, he said, and now you just drive the way back? Yes. I don't know how up to date the construction, sometimes there are roadblocks or whatever. I don't know how up to date it is. I don't drive, so I don't know. Is it real time? Let's say, if there's an accident happen somewhere, will it update the map immediately? maybe for the GPS in cars. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl says, Yogi, have you tried using street views? A street view in Google Map. Oh, you mean the 360 view? Yes, occasionally, but it doesn't help me though. You see pictures. It's helpful when you try to identify which building that you're going to, but in terms of planning the routes, the street view isn't that. I don't find it helpful. It doesn't help me not to get lost. Let me just have one more piece of chocolate and I'll be back. Ah, Alison says, can you not mount the phone to bike and use Google Map for the map as you go? I suppose I could. But the thing is, that's not a problem though, Alison. Yes, pulling the phone out and having to stop the bike is, it's quite a hassle. But it's more of the fact that for some reason, this is where the Twilight Zone element comes in. For some reason, when I go forward, the world looks one way. When I try to turn back and trace my way back, the world looks different. Can anybody explain this phenomena? It just literally looked different, and it looks different every single time. So from my house to the studio, I probably got lost the first time, and then I recognized what to look for. And then I managed to find the studio. On the way to the studio, much less problem. But coming back every single time, the streets just look different, and I can never find any landmarks, any building that I thought I was looking for on the way there. And it looks different every single time. I cannot explain it. So I kind of get lost in different ways at different points every single time. It's quite scary. Lost in the Twilight Zone. Maybe one day I'm going to just wander into a different dimension. And if I stop streaming, that's probably why I probably got lost in some sort of Twilight Zone. All right, let me take a sip of coffee. We're back to stitching. Ellen says the cyclist using Strava as an app. What is that? What's Strava? Is it for people in Lycra and on, Oh, great coffee. Delicious. And Cheryl says, Yogi, have you tried letting Google Maps give you written instructions? What do you mean by that? Because technically, if you turn on the guided the voice guiding functionality, it will start talking to you. But I don't like that because I'm just worried. I just don't trust it, But I have not tried a written version. Maybe I can look into that. But because on the map, it makes sense, right? You just go over there, turn right here, turn left here. But when you're actually there, it just doesn't look the same. I have no explanations, okay? It's Twilight Zone. It is. So I'm continuing with this color here. Ellen says, I have the same, Yogi. I couldn't find my way back because it looks different. Exactly. Ellen, do you not find that? Because, because people might go, well, you just, if you know how to get there from A to B, from B to A, you just trace your way back. No, it doesn't work like that. The world looks different on the way back. I cannot find anything. Everything looks strange. Nothing looks familiar. Why is that though? So it's a little bit frustrating. Janine says, when I moved to the city where I live now, I was so confused and got lost all the time. The streets don't make sense. Where do you live? The streets don't make sense. And she says, you have to go one way out of the city, a different way back. Yeah, sometimes there are one-way streets. That can be a problem as well, because you know, particularly if you're driving, you can't really use the same route. And with bicycles, you know, you can get away with it. Sometimes you just, you know, go on the pavement for a little bit. You know, a bad example, I know, but you can kind of get away with using the same route. But it's not just that, it's just everything looks different. I have no explanation for that. Okay, I'm going to mark this one. And, oh, I've got to be careful. Only these two. Because the middle one, the stop sign, looks very similar to the little symbol, that I'm stitching. So 2. And what do I do next? Hang on. What? What are the bubbles? Sidra says maybe you need to go easy on the bubbles. Oh, bubblies after yogi. Are we talking about bubblies? Well, the problem is, Sidri, I literally have no vice, okay? I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't party. I have no excuses. Okay, I'm probably going to take my thread up here and continue with this one. So I'm going to just mark these ones here. Pre-select. F5 and a little one down here. And then once I've done that, if I have thread left, I might park here, but I don't know how much thread I still have afterwards. So let's see how it goes. Cassie says, hi all, lurking from my backyard with birds and wine. Oh, very nice. Lots of work in the yards. Yes. Nice and relaxed. I hope it's nice and sunny out there as well. One, two, three, four, five stitches. Forest Cross Stitcher says, I moved and was in town for nearly 6 months before I realized there were 2 grocery stores of the same kind. I was so lost because I could not figure out how I was already at the store. Oh, so do they look identical? So it's like a same shop. And you thought there was only one. That can be very confusing. Let me just mark these 2 first. Okay. I'm just glad that I'm not an Uber driver. Oh, but Uber drivers, they now have, majority of them probably are using GPS device, don't they? But you know, the London cab drivers, the old-fashioned black cab drivers, they used to have to, well, I think they probably still do. I don't know how many black cabs there are still on the street. I'm sure they're still around, having to compete with Uber. But they have to go through an exam, which takes years to study, and you have to pass the exam to be a cab driver. It's called knowledge. So literally, they used to have to. I don't know whether the standard is still the same, okay? Because now, you know, GPS devices so being so precise. The test is kind of slightly redundant, but they used to have to study like 2 years or 3 years, almost like going to university, and memorize all the streets in London. I don't know whether they need to do that for other cities as well. But the London taxi drivers, they used to have to, you know, study and memorize all the streets, big and small. And they have to pass the test before they're allowed to drive the taxis. Okay, I think I'm not going to part with this one. I'm going to end it. So I'm going to find a spot to end. I'll probably take it over here as well. I'm going to just put my needle through and cut my thread here. I mean, nowadays it feels redundant, isn't it? Because the GPS is probably more accurate. Lovely. Now, where shall I go next? I think I do. I think I know where to go. And I am going to use the blue. I'm going to do this one next. And how far can I go with this? I can keep going to, no, I'm not. I'm going to stay here. Lovely. And once I'm done, I might take my thread over there and continue. But I'm going to focus on these ones first. And find a symbol. Oh, it's not on my list. It's strange. Why is that? It should be. How come it's not there? Let me double check. If not, I have to refer to Saga for that. It's weird. It should be there somewhere. It's okay. I'm gonna go and just check on Saga. Because I don't know what it, I can't find it. Oh, it's 310. That's strange. Why is it not on my list? Okay, a little bit of 310 here. There. Ellen says, my father was a taxi driver, and indeed he needed to pass an exam at a police station to get his taxi license. So Ellen is in Belgium. So have you got similar sort of exam as knowledge? Because, you know, over here, You have to study for like 2 years or something before you're allowed to get an exam. So the London cab drivers, they know, they basically know all the streets, the back streets, you know, shortcuts. So a little bit of 310 stitching coming. Tar Water says, I'm so used to memorizing whatever symbol for 310. Oh. And Tar Water, how many projects have you got? If you only have one, then it's easier. It's easier to memorize. But when you have 20, not so easy. Oh, it doesn't like it for some reason. Let me redo it. I mean, I'm hopeless with numbers. All right, I'm going to start here and then 4 stitches. Tar Water says, I'm currently only active stitching on 2 projects, but the few projects I have completed over the years all seem to have a large amount of 310, so I find it funny. Well, a lot of 310s, I think probably most patterns have a lot, but they're not always that obvious. You know, if you look at Traveling Library, if you look at a piece, you wouldn't go, well, there are a lot of dark areas, but it's actually got I can't remember, over 40,000 310 stitches. That's quite a lot. Is it 40 or is it 20? I can't remember. A lot of 310, but it's all blended in for shadows, for shades. And Tar Water says, I'm my Ord, who can stitch on loads of projects. I would never finish any of them ever if I did that. Well, that's precisely what's happening with most of us. We have a lot of projects, but I think it's just a different kind of mindset, isn't it? You can focus on, you know, 2 projects and try to finish them, or you just stitch whatever you want and not to worry about, you know, finishing or not. Obviously, it's a driving force, isn't it? Even for me, there's a sense of wanting to complete something, but it doesn't mean, you know, completion for me isn't necessarily. Hello, Dolly. Hey, babe. How are you doing? You want to say hello to the chat? You haven't said hello to the chat for ages? Are you not feeling guilty? You're not doing your job. Can we have a little bit of dolly time? We have not had dolly time for ages. Let's give it a try, okay? I cannot promise she will purr for us, but I will approach. Oh, Dolly, come back. Baby, the chat misses you. Okay, babe. Oh, everybody misses you. You know? It's your job, okay? To be the live stream companion. Come on, baby. Oh, babe. You good? I mean, Dolly is spending a lot of time outdoor nowadays. She's so happy it's getting warmer. I know, finally, she's purred for us. It's been a little while, you know. There you go. That's Dolly for you. Yes. And come back again tomorrow, okay, babe? You know. she's so elusive. Hey, babe. You wanna? Well done, babe. Well done, babe. Oh, there you go. Susan, Susan has a conspiracy theory. Susan says, "Do you think Dolly has done something to Lily?" It's hilarious. Yes, this is a treacherous, you know, cat world here. Because, you know, who was that? Oreo and chocolate, they disappeared as well. And they, you know, they were coming to the garden to see me every day for about 3-4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And to a point, I was basically, you know, treating them like my own cats. And then they disappeared. And someone said, maybe Lily did something to them. And now Lily disappeared. And maybe it was on Dolly, you know, after all. The true crime has been solved. Yes, it was all it was on Dolly. I know. I do miss. I miss all of them. Oh dear. My iPad is playing up. Okay, so I have done these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 2 over here. Janine says she can have a job back part-time. I know, little bit at a time. She's so busy because every time I come back, and most of the times, since the weather got really warm, I can't find her most of the time. She was just out there wandering around. Oh my God, my iPad just went into split screen and not moving. Here we go. Two stitches. Oh, am I still here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right. 2 stitches here. Cassie says Lily disappeared. Yes, I have not seen Lily for about 4 days now. And I think yesterday we were chatting about it, and I think the chat says maybe because it's a mating season, because Lily's not neutered. So, you know, it's fully functioning, let's say. It's probably out there having a great time chasing ladies. I'm sure he's going to come back. Tar Water says there's a win for paper charts. The page never goes into split screen. The battery doesn't die either. I know, I don't understand split screen. I know some of you have to use it sometimes, but I never use it. Never ever. I just find it so annoying. I want full screen. Excellent. I've done these ones. And what I can do is to move up to the upper right. I can continue actually. I can just keep going. I can continue and doing this bit over here. There's a whole block here. Fantastic. Wow, look at that. There's a big block over there. I can literally move up here. Where am I exactly? Okay, I think I've got a little bit lost. How come? Oh, right, over here. 2 stitches. I know, and very soon we're going to transition to summer dolly, okay? Because currently it's Dolly's behind me. She's looking like, oh, I've always been here. What do you mean I haven't been around here during the stream? I'm always here. 2 stitches here. And it's not really unusual for Lily to kind of just take off for a little bit, because during COVID, because for a while when I first met him, he was coming to the patio quite frequently, and then during COVID, I didn't see him for about 2.5 years. So he went somewhere, and then eventually find his way back here. So I don't know what happened to him throughout the 2 years. You know, he's a very independent, he's not a house cat, so he goes wherever he goes. Amanda says, when I use Saga, I usually do a pop out. Now a corner, so I can watch a video, a movie too, but split screen drives me nuts. Okay, so you have a float, like an overlay of video screen. Yeah, split screen, I just find like, I find it really cramped, and it just doesn't work well. Not for me. I never ever use it. I don't know whose bright idea that is. Two. Okay, I've done these 2 as well. And I've got a whole row underneath. And I'm very close to this end bit, so I think it's safe for me to cut off this bit. Needle says you can take the split screen off in setting. Oh, can you? It's called windowed apps and set it to full screen apps. I probably need to do that because sometimes for some reason I just trigger the split screen by accident and I can't get rid of it. I have to close all the apps to get rid of it. I'll definitely turn it off. A lot of times when those iOS, whatever it is, come up with, new updates, like it's, they just make it so much better. What they do is that they're essentially adding so many things. They're so annoying that no one wants, no one is asking for. And you have to turn them off. There's so many things I have to turn off because they're just annoying and not very useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why doesn't it match? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this stitch is in a slightly iffy position. I think this stitch is one stitch off to the right. But I think I'm gonna fudge. Okay, guys, let me fudge. And I'm gonna end my stitch here. So I only manage up to here. I suppose I can continue actually. There are quite a few stitches of this symbol and I can carry to the right side here. It will be quite nice to establish the top border as well. All right then, I'll do that. So this is 310. I'm gonna take another strand of 310. Yes, me too, Tar Water. Tar Water says I prefer having a second screen when seeing two things is necessary, and I use them, but I definitely agree the split screen can be annoying. Same here, Tar Water, because sometimes if I have to look at two things, I try to set it up in a way that either I have, for instance, if I have to look at something else, maybe I have my desktop on the side. If not, I have my iPhone, on the side as well. So rather than having the screen split in two, I just have two devices, try to make it work that way. Same here. And most people probably have multiple devices going on anyway. If you have an iPad, most likely you are going to have a smartphone of some kind. Janine says, I was going to ask if you were using a selection box. I remembered it was paper. Getting old. I know, because if I didn't tell you, if I didn't have this pen here, this could look like Pattern Keeper, can't it? Okay, this bit doesn't look like Pattern Keeper. If I did this, can you tell the difference? Do you think this is an app or is it, a piece of paper? Very similar, very similar. And I think, what the app's trying to do is to simulate papers, really. So it feels intuitive, but you have that added, benefit of using an app. All right, I'm going to keep going to the bottom here and then move up 3 stitches. Chivis says, I have multiple devices with multiple screens go on at the same time. Yes, I think it makes sense, right? Rather than looking at two things at a time on the screen, you just use multiple devices. And most people have, you know, multiple ones. Okay, cool. Oh, hang on. Why did I end up? Yes, I know. Yes, I got a bit too excited. But why does it look like that then? Oh, I know what it is. It's not my fault, is it? It is. Okay, okay. Oh dear. I did one leg at a time, so I have to undo all these. Yes, I did 4 instead of 3. I know, Chivers. I just noticed. And the reason being, because this stitch is not in the correct location. It's supposed to be one off to the left. So I was referencing the wrong stitch. I know. I will reverse, okay? I will not fudge. Because it's, the colors are slightly different. It's okay. It's okay. And in order to fudge, to undo, because I did one leg at a time, so I have to undo all of them. I know. Demonstration of the reverse stitching. Okay, we need to do that at least once a day. So just in case. Oh, this is terrible because I did a loop. Guys, I did a loop start and it's so secure. It's very hard to undo loop start. So I'm going to just cut it and just start. I know I don't know how to undo loop start because it's so secure. Okay, so it should be here. So I can, counted 2 stitches from the left here. And because this stitch is not supposed to be there, so I missed 1 stitch. That's okay. I will just redo these stitches, 3 stitches, right? Here. And today, I'm being a little bit more, a bit less ambitious. I'm aiming at 2,050 stitches, okay? I think I'm pretty close. I probably did about 1,000 to this point. So I just need to do about another 1,500. No problem. Betty says, I think the first digital markup for the charts was Acrobat Pro. Didn't search, but you could mark off the stitch. Oh, with the proper PDFs. Yes, there are highlighters that you could mark the stitches. That is true. That is true with Acrobat Pro. But most of the people probably don't have the Pro version, do they? Because you probably need to have the Creative Suite to have the Pro version. You have to pay, basically. So, yes, I think you're right with the actual PDF, not with the scanned PDF. Scanned PDF, it doesn't recognize the grid. Two stitches here. Okay, so I think this is probably safe to remove these little ones. Chivi says it's never your fault. Of course not. You know, it's teamwork with a chat. So if I make mistakes, that's chat's fault. All right, so I can move up here and continue. There's quite a lot of this one going on here, which is quite nice. I can probably do the whole lot here. A lot of 310 around here. Let me just block off. This is a highlight box, Janine. So I can move up from here. Chivi says, I'm starting a new piece on Tuesday when my fabric arrives. So excited, pretty as picture by the Cross Stitch Studio. Oh, is it counted pattern? Counted cross stitch pattern. I know it's always exciting to start a new project. It's like, it's a new world, isn't it? Every single project is a world that you enter. Okay, there's 4. And then I'm going to go sideways. Hi, Tracy. Tracy Parker says, hi, everyone. Came out of lurking. I just posted my progress on Seascape. Oh, are you stitching this piece as well? And so Tracy has posted the progress on the Facebook group. Oh, I cannot wait to see. Yes. And which version are you stitching? Mine is a mini. One, two, three. There's 3 over here. I really like the multi-color marking rather than the single one. Rachel says, I have to flip to the back and unloop to take the loop start. I know, it's so secure, isn't it? It's definitely one of the most, if not the most secure way to start. It's just literally, it just wouldn't budge. Oh, Chivers is streaming tonight, are you? Excellent. Susan says, I'm looking forward to July. I've got multiple Christmas pieces for the month. I think I'm going to do that too, Susan. I think I'm going to start a Christmas piece for July. It sounds quite fun, isn't it? So I can stitch. So are you gonna stitch, Susan? Are you gonna stitch all the way to Christmas, or are you gonna just do it for July? Because it would be quite fun to do a Christmas for July piece. I probably won't do a Halloween for June. I don't think I will, but I will do a Christmas for July. And I think, yes, I'm going to start looking for a Christmas piece. Oh, I'm excited. Guys, if you want to join me for the Christmas, we can do a SAL. We can do a marathon, can't we? We can do a marathon, Christmas for July marathon. How do you like it, guys? Oh, this one, I'm going to end the thread because this thread is playing up. I'm excited. I'm going to continue with the 310. There are quite a few stitches here. And I have to think about what to do with the last year's project. I'm just not super sure about it. And I don't like to give up projects. Jeannie says, starting my Christmas piece now already in May. And Jeannie says, of course, I gridded it wrong and it looks like I have lines everywhere. Oh, right. So you can't erase the gridding. Oh, some of you have already started. Chivi says, I need a Christmas piece. Yes, why don't we do it? We can do a Christmas for July marathon. Yes, Susan likes it. Janine says, I'll join in with that. Yes, wonderful. Christmas in July marathon. Thumbs up from Solar. Passion for stamping. Hello. Over here. I'm going to move down here, actually. There's 5 more stitches down here. Rachel says, I definitely plan on working on Halloween cocktail in June. And I have 2 Christmas pieces for July too. Maybe 3rd one as well. Oh, it's all kicking off for Rachel. I know. And should we make it no gridding, paper chart only? Christmas in July. Anybody still joining me? Can you imagine? No gridding, paper chart, blindfolded. And Passion for Stamping will love a Christmas Sour Challenge. Excellent. That's a deal, guys. That's a date. We will have a marathon for Christmas for July. Passion says, I might just do a paper chart Christmas. Oh, I'm quite liking working with paper again. Have you just recently returned to paper paper charts? I know. Who knows? After 10 days, I might just love it so much. And then I just stay with paper chart. Even I'm not sure about that. I'm just saying, you never know. And maybe I may, who knows? I can do both, right? I can go back to Saga with most of my projects. Maybe I can have 1 or 2 projects that I stay working with papers. Who knows? That sounds quite fun as well. Because I'm enjoying it. It's a different workflow and different challenges. All right, those 2. And from here, I'm going to mark a few more because there are quite a few 310. I can start here. There are quite a few. I don't know because there's another symbol there. I might continue actually until the thread runs out. There's so many stitches here. There. And there's 1 more here. All right. See how it goes. Solar says, anyone needs a Christmas piece, try Winter Montage by Pain-Free Craft. That's my... Right. How big is it? Chivi says, torture is not part of a holiday spirit. Yogi. Oh, well. No non-gridding. Paper chart. Challenge them. And Susan says, I'm going to change my dimensions south and Frederick to Berry Christmas. Oh, you can do both, can't you? Yes. I have 2 going on as well. I can switch back and forth. 3 stitches here. And the Scrappy Crafter 95 is joining us, says hello beautiful people. And what are we working on today? 1 more stitch here. Okay, 3 stitches. 3 stitches here. So Passion has already started Winter Montage, and she says my current paper chart challenge chart is a Spring Montage. Oh, full coverage, I trust. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think for Christmas piece, I'm sure, because last year when I was looking for the Christmas chart, I did look through quite a few charts from Heaven and Earth. And I ended up going for Artisy's Christmas house. And I think for this year, I will decide what I'm going to do with the Christmas house too. And I'm going to add one more piece. And I would like a chart from a different company. So a chart that is not from Artisy or Hate. Maybe Stitch is So Beautiful, but then I have 2 charts from them already. I would like to try a different company. Any suggestions? I'm aware of Pain-Free Craft. I might have a look at them as well. But any other companies I need to look into? Anyone sort of, you know, high quality charts, of course. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ellen says, Christmas cats, Yogi, from Pain-Free Crafts. Really? Christmas cats. Oh dear. Lethal combination. Christmas and cats. Is that one you're stitching? I'll definitely have a look. So I want something that doesn't involve too much snow, okay? No air stitching. I think something whimsical, definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Dolly wants something. Hang on a second. I think she wants to go out from the front. I'm gonna just do this for her. I'll be right back. And I was right. She wants to go out from the front. You know, when you have a cat for a long time, just the way they look at you, you kind of know, don't you? They can just give you a little look, little bump, and you know what they're after. Rachel, guys, all right, shameless plug from Rachel. Okay, Rachel says, I don't know, high quality charts. I happen to know of Etsy store. Okay, guys, okay, free publicity for Rachel here. Rachel's got an Etsy shop and she's got a whole bunch of charts. Okay, a lot of Halloween, and I don't know about Christmas. Do you have Christmas themed charts? Maybe coming soon. Okay, guys, so check out Rachel's Etsy shop. And Rachel, you're free to share your Etsy shop name, and also Rachel regularly posts on our Facebook group as well. So look up her name and look up her Etsy store. How did I do, Rachel? Did I do all right? Yes. Very nice. Oh, so Rachel's got Christmas charts as well. I'll definitely have a look. And Sidri is going to bed. Night night, Sidre. Have a lovely, lovely sleep. Sweet dreams. Okay, I think I'm gonna end my thread here. There's still a couple of stitches there, but I'll come back later. So these ones are done. And Rachel says the only other company I frequent, aside my own, is Charting Creations. Okay, I'm not that familiar with them. I'll definitely look them up. Very nice. Okay, so Rachel's shop is called Top Bobbin Designs. Okay, guys, so I have tried to search for the shop name and couldn't find it. I think Etsy sometimes, because Rachel's shop is still quite new, sometimes it doesn't come up on the search, okay? If you're in doubt, just look her up on the Facebook group, and she always provides a link as well, so very nice. Tar Water says, great advertising, Yogi. You should ask for a raise. Well, I'm doing this for love, okay? Love for the universe. So here we go. I am going to switch to a different color. Here we go. So I'm going to leave this ones because I run out of threads, so I'll come back to those later. But I think the next one I should go for will be these ones to fill up these little ones here. So there are a few scattered around. So there's another one. It's definitely a puzzle game. I need to find them all, get them all. So those ones, and then there are only 3 on the right there. I'm very tempted just, okay, let me do these ones because they're nearby. And then I'm going to do those 2. And that will clear this area of this symbol, I think. This is so clear. I love it. Imagine if I'm just using the same color all throughout. It's going to be very confusing. So this is a great idea. Great idea. Passion says, do it for chocolate and kale. Exactly. Yes, in the name of chocolate and kale. And avocado, you know, for some of you. And bananas. All the nice things. Okay, so this one, let me double check what this color is. It's 3371. 3371. Oh, here comes the idea. Tar Water says chocolate dipped kale. You know what? Chocolate can be used for savory dishes. Because I remember years and years ago, okay, this is ages ago, I actually went with a whole bunch of friends to a restaurant. They had a course, like, you know, like a special kind of 3-course meal, maybe more than 3, maybe 5-course meal. Everything involves chocolate. So chocolate was the theme. And The dessert obviously was chocolate, it was sweet, but the rest of the dishes, they're all savory. So chocolate can be incorporated in cooking, you know, a lot. So I'm sure chocolate dipped kale. How about chocolate dipped kale sprinkled with sea salt, right? I'm not sure about sweet kale, but I think chocolate with a bit of sea salt, you know, and with kale chips. That sounds nice. That sounds I can see that working. What do you think? Janine is screaming right now. Say no. Leave my chocolate alone. But I think it works. Jeannie says it's definitely a better idea to use a different color. Yes, the difference it makes. Because yesterday, let me show you my chart yesterday, okay? This is the difference. So yesterday, I eventually changed the color a little bit, okay? But yesterday, I was using the same colors throughout and for different symbols. And it got very confusing. I used blue as for marking. You know, maybe if I overlap, I don't know, maybe if it doesn't smudge, if it didn't smudge and I overlap the colors, maybe it might create different effects. But marking with the same color, eventually it will confuse you. So at the end, I got desperate, I switched color. But today, no problem. I've been, you know, I can identify where they are very easily. So definitely recommend it. And for those clever stitchers in the chat suggested it, thank you so much. It makes a lot of difference. And I'm going to keep marking as I move forward. And one stitch below. There. Let me do that one. Janine, I knew it. You have not tried it. I think kale chips, because kale chips, they're delicious, okay? And already have sea salt and dip in chocolate without the sweetener, okay? Without sugar. So make it a savory dish. That sounds quite lovely, Janine. Passion says, I'm going to try like 2-color next stitching session. Yes. Do you mean switching different colors? I think it makes sense because visually it's just a lot more clear, isn't it? And there's no reason, unless you only have 2 colors, there's no reason to use the same colors. And I've done that one. So I'm going to move down, do these ones, and move up and clear these ones as well. So that one. Where are my scissors here? So I can clear these ones very carefully. I don't want to cut my my threads. Susan, oh no, I'm going to be traumatized again. Susan just have to bring it up. Yes, chocolate dip kale. Will it be with or without an insect eggs? Yogi, oh no. Oh, Susan, have mercy. Yes, I was trying to not have, not to remember that. I'm trying to erase it from my memory. Okay, please. Oh dear. I know. Without, okay? As much as if you can help it, unless you like like to have a little bit of added protein, no eggs, okay? Just wash your kale very carefully. Exactly, protein boost. Or if you think about it, it's just pure protein, doesn't matter. And Brittany, hello. Brittany says in the States we have potato chips, a potato chip candy. It's just crushed potato chips, melted chocolate mix and dried on a parch paper into clumps. It's a great sweet and sour, salty combo. Yes, it's a thing, isn't it? Sweet and salty. Some people like it. And I still remember, Nigella Lawson. And I remember in one of her interviews, one of her guilty pleasure was salty chips, maybe salt and vinegar. I can't remember. And she would eat the crisps with chocolate lolly, like chocolate ice cream, and that's a thing. That's a thing. Two more on top. And this is quite nice. I've extended the border on top a lot further today. Okay. Done. And I am going to end this right here. Just a few stitches away. Janine says that insect eggs probably taste better than kale. Well, probably, if you think about it. If you pull aside the icky effect, that we don't like to eat insects, it's really just protein. And I talked about this before. There is some similarity and parallel between insects and prawns, right? And those are crabs as well. Any kind of seashell type of crustacean kind of, sea creatures. If you look at their belly, do they not suspiciously looking very similar to, roaches? Think about it. I think they're related. One is just, some of them on land and some of them in the ocean. But they're related for sure. Different sizes. No, I'm going to ruin your, if you fancy a little bit of prawns from time to time, maybe not so much anymore. Passion says, I think I need 60 color pack of highlighters. I think you can get 12 colors. I think heather, say she can, she's using 10 or 12 colors. She will cycle them through. I've only got 6, and it's working because as you're working away from, the same colors, you can reuse the color again. And because all you're trying to do is to create contrast, so it's clear as you read the chart. That's it, really. So the next one, I'm going to come back here and let me have a look. Where shall I go next? And this one is probably going to be my last color, okay? Because it's 20 past 12 midnight. Where shall I go? Why don't I come back here, right? Back to the basics. And let me use a different color. I can use purple because purple has not been used much. So I am going to circle out this area. That's one block. And I can probably do these ones as well. Okay, how about that? It's not too bad. I can do these ones as my last ones. And that will probably, help me to achieve 2050 stitches today. Oh, I've done well, haven't I? Let's have a look. Let me double check the symbol. 934. Betty Hankins says that the US used to have chocolate-covered potato chips, but have vanished. I'm not sure what happened to them. Oh, literally just entire chip covered with chocolate. I can see that working, actually. But the thing is, if you dip potato chips, unless they're quite thick, if you dip them into chocolate, you probably end up just tasting chocolate. Because proportionally, the chocolate will be so thick. And you will probably mostly be eating chocolate. Unless it's just flavors. 934. I think it's 934, this one. But I think sweet and savory is a thing. And mostly, majority, if you think about savory snacks, majority of them have fair bit of sugar in it to balance it. And also, for instance, if you make porridge, proper porridge, it's supposed to be sweet, right? But they always tell you to add a pinch of salt. And the difference in make is just night and day. If you try to make porridge with just sugar with no salt, like small pinch of salt, it tastes very bland, very flat, kind of sweet taste. But if you just add a pinch of salt, instantly it kind of accentuates the sweetness and everything's balanced out. Our taste buds are, it's got very kind of there's a certain subtlety to flavors that is not one dimension. It's not just sweet or savory. It's a balance in between. So majority of savory potato chips, for instance, the crisps, if you look at ingredients, I bet there's quite a lot of sugar as well. Okay, I'm going to complete the final 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Sola says, I like peanut butter cheese crackers. Peanut butter cheese and cheese crackers. You mean like combine them yourselves? Or is it like a ready-made flavor? So it's peanut butter cheese crackers. Oh, cheese flavor crackers with creamy milk chocolate Dove candies together, Sola. That's an interesting combination. I don't know what the Dove candy, chocolate Dove candies are. So I presume they're sweet bean candies. Have I started on the right? Oh no, I don't think, hang on. Yes, I'm good, I'm good. I thought I started on the wrong spot completely. No, I'm good. 3 stitches. I don't want to do reverse stitching, you know, at the end of the session. I want to end on a high note. Three. I'm using purple. And then 2 more. Passion for Stamping says, really, 2,050 stitches in one day? No, that's not correct. It's 2,500, Passion. Yes, I know. I'm just getting faster, chat. I know. It's incredible. Particularly with paper charts, I'm just flying. So flying through the stitches, I know. Yesterday I did a little bit more. Yesterday I did 3,000, and the day before I did a session before I did about 5,000. I know, it's incredible. I'm getting faster than Komari. Oh dear. I think Komari is getting nervous. She's like going, Yogi's getting so fast. What am I going to do? And I've got 4 more stitches. And I'll probably park as well. Let me see, where should I park? Maybe over here. Okay, I'm going to just mark my parking spot. I'm going to park here actually, just next to it for next time. Nikki, oh, Nikki has come forward to congratulate Yogi. Nikki, it's not 2,000, it's 2,500. Okay, every stitch counts. Every stitch counts. I know, it's quite incredible. I cannot believe it myself. Solar says peanut butter cheese crackers is a cheese flavor crackers. Yes, I worked that out. And they made it into sandwich with peanut butter full of filling. What? Cheese crackers as fillings? Oh, peanut butter is the filling. But where do you put the crackers? You put the crackers in a sandwich fillings as well. That's controversial. Susan, now. Susan says we will be calling you Pinocchio Yogi. Are you accusing Yogi for lying? Is that what we're talking about here? Surely not, Susan. So this one I have done, but this is happening in front of your eyes. You've been watching Yogi stitching the 2,500 stitches. You know it's true. Okay, 1 more over here. And then I'm going to park on the next one. Oh, beautifully done. Look at this. Excellent. And I'm going to mark my stitches here. Beautiful. Jeanine says, whose pants are on fire now? I think it's yours, Jeanine. My pants are fine. And nothing's on fire over here. You know, I'm very, very chilled. And Forest Cross Stitcher, okay. She says the crackers are used in place of the bread. Okay, so it's crackers sandwich, not crackers being the sandwich fillings. Oh, I was getting confused there. But you know, over here, it's not unusual to use chips. You know, the fried potatoes, quite thick, not French fries, but thicker fries. And they're being used as fillings. It happens, I know, controversial. So it's 2 pieces of bread, sandwich with thick, chunky chips. It's a thing. Brown sauce, heaven knows. Go for it. Passion says, I thought stitching digitally was supposed to be faster. Who knows? I know, Passion. It's a surprise, isn't it? I think I'm just destined to be a paper stitcher, okay? And when I'm stitching with paper, it's just so much faster. Seriously. And I'm shocked myself. All right, let's have a look. So today, this is what I've done. 2,500 stitches. I know every day is a shocker. And I have extended this border on top a lot further. And I think going forward, I don't know, because I could either just, you know, start to build the stitches diagonally, but I quite like the idea, maybe building this strap until I get bored of the top, you know, area, because mostly it's the sky and stuff like that. And then occasionally come back and do a little bit from the bottom left. So not really sort of diagonal, not really horizontal. I'm going to just go wherever it makes sense. And this is a beautiful pattern. Let me just show you the markup, okay, in case you were not here. This is a pattern from Stitches So Beautiful. It's a company. If you're not familiar with them, go have a look at their catalog. They have a lot of very unique artists under their belt there. And this is one of them. This is from Karla, Gerard. And this piece is called Festive, Seascape. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I just love the art style. I really love the art style. And let me just show you the paper can before we go. So today, this is what's happened on my paper here. So starting from the left, and really switching colors is the key, definitely. I know some stitchers can use just 2 colors or even single color and just keep marking. But if you're like me, you know, when the pre-selection is really working for you, then yeah, switching colors is also going to be helpful as well. Just see how clear the definitions are, the contrast. So definitely recommend it. And so this is what we've done today. And oh, Susan, yes, I need number 19. I know I need to get my act together. I really do. I know. And I will be topping up my 310 as well. I'm running out of 310s, seriously. So yes, so I'm really enjoying stitching with you on this beautiful Sunday. I hope you enjoy your stitching as well, or whatever you've been doing, yarn work, you know, knitting socks, whatever it is, eating dinner, whatever you're doing. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed the chat as well. So tomorrow is Monday. We don't have a stream on Mondays, okay? And but I will be back on Tuesday and continue on with my paper chart journey. It's going to be our day 4, and who knows what is going to happen. I have no idea what I'm going to be stitching. So each project will be unique and challenging in its own way, and I'm ready. Okay, so until Tuesday, and enjoy you know, whoever's going to be streaming tomorrow or tonight later on, enjoy. Okay, and I will see you on Tuesday. And from the sleepy London town, Yogi signing out, and night night everybody.
See you Tuesday. Bye bye.